So our final award this evening is the Hall of Fame Award, and to be considered, the inductees must have gained prominence in either professional or amateur sport as a participant, coach, administrator or broadcaster at the highest level. In a few minutes I'll be calling upon the Mayor, Martin Wilson, to make the presentation for the Hall of Fame Award. But first of all, let me give you some background information on the recipient. And of course, when the recipient's name is announced, I'm sure you'll all agree that he certainly fulfills the criteria and so much more. He was born in Larne in 1971 and attended St Anthony's Primary School and then on to St Louis Grammar School, where his love for football really grew and his talent was noticed. Playing for older teams, his PE teacher immediately noticed his standout ability and invited Manchester City Scouts to come and watch this gentleman play for the school, and they did, and after a few trips to the club he signed a youth contract with them. In the meantime, he practiced himself and played for St Louis Grammar before signing for Carrick Rangers at just 15 years of age, and then at 16 he moved across to England full-time. Now, he made the grade and represented the Manchester City first team before transferring to RC Strasbourg, where he spent 4 years. And then he returned back to the UK again with the Premier League club West Ham United. Now, many Manchester United fans might remember him, maybe not so, fondly for the goal that he scored against them in 1995, which helped hand the Premier League trophy to Blackburn Rovers on the final day of the season. In the football calendar, that was such an event. And in a distinguished club career, he went on to play for Wimbledon, Crystal Palace and Coventry City, all at football's top table. And he also had an impressive international career, gaining 71 international caps for Northern Ireland, and he's currently ranked 9th in the list of all-time cap winners. And in a recent survey of fans, he was included in the Northern Ireland 11 of all time. But after his playing career, he made the step into coaching, but not as you would expect, because passionate to give something back to where it all began, he became the CEO of Carrick Rangers. And when the opportunity arose, he took caretaker charge of the first team, having completed his coaching badges in the later stages of his playing career. And he continues to act as CEO for the club and is involved in a number of projects to improve the club over the next few years. Now, before we unveil this year's recipient, let me remind ourselves of a particular special goal for the Hall of Fame recipient. Ladies and gentlemen, have a look at this.
This is one of the most memorable moments of Michael Hughes' career. A stunning goal against Germany.
No support in the minute. Inside. Brilliant finish.
This Saturday, exactly 9 years on, he captains his country for the second time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Hughes. Hall of Fame 2014, Michael Hughes. And Martin is going to present the award to him, get a quick photograph taken, then we're going to have a chat with Michael. So come on, Michael, we'll give you a seat here. Let you relax. You're getting older. My goodness. Is that, no, you're okay, no. Is that up there with the favourite goals?
Yeah, that's certainly the most memorable for me, because it's the first goal for Northern Ireland, I think. And away at Germany in such a big game, it was just, being so young as well at the time, because I think it was my 3rd camp, so it was special, that was special for sure.
Well, you know, you talk about being young, 16 years of age. If you take a 16-year-old, or lots of 16-year-olds nowadays, they're at home playing with their Xbox or their PlayStation. You were heading to England to do what you had to do. What do you recall of those very, very early days?
The early days were tricky, you know. It's difficult to leave home, to leave your hometown, to leave your friends, to leave your family when you're a kid. You know, I was quite lucky because I had other Irish guys like Jerry Taggart, Neil Lennon, Stephen Omas. We were all together at Man City at the time, so it was a bit easier, but you know, you're taken completely away from what you know, and you're pushed into this kind of foreign environment, if you like, you know, and it's full-time training. You're training with, you know, professional men footballers, so it's a very quick learning curve, and you have to rise to the occasion. You know, it was interesting. I was listening to Michael earlier, and it was very interesting. You know what he was saying about the support network. But when you're there doing it, you're on your own. You know, you're on your own, and if you need that desire and that drive and that will to keep going.
But what followed was some incredible success. 370 league appearances. Of all those appearances, was there any particular club that you have fond memories of?
Wimbledon, without a shadow of a doubt.
Crazy gang, as they were called. Although somebody said he was the only one wasn't crazy.
Who? Me? Oh, well, thank you. I don't know about that. No, Wimbledon was a special club, very special club. If I could give it a compliment in my eyes, it was as close to the Northern Ireland squad as you could get. You know, you could almost replace each player with each player, like for like, but it was a very, very homely club, and there was always something going on there. You know, it was not a day passed where your window didn't have someone's underpants on it, or you had deep heat put in your underpants before you went out to train. That certainly made you run a bit faster, let me tell you. But it was just one of those clubs where there was no superstars. You know, we had Vinnie Jones, of course, at the time, who was a superstar, but you know, no one acted like they were anything but they were just normal guys having a kick about and being paid for it, you know. Well,
you had 71 caps for Northern Ireland, and what I want to do, Dan, to have a wee look at this. This is you playing for Northern Ireland, and there's a bit of a link here with Sammy McElroy as well. So do you want to roll it there first, please?
It's not often you get the time to wave to the fans, but Michael Hughes did. It was that sort of night. And at the end, no one was happier than Sammy McElroy with the victory. Goal number 1 came in 13 minutes. After a neat 1-2 with David Healy, Michael Hughes was sent sprawling, a penalty kick.
He's got everything. He's got a tremendous left foot. He can score goals. He can put good balls into the box. He's got that little know-how about him where he can go into space and make it difficult for players to come and mark him.
The second goal came 10 minutes later when Michael Hughes started and finished a flowing move involving man of the match Keith Gillespie. Sammy McElroy can't believe that Wimbledon have yet to start Hughes this season. The goal had McElroy doing his Martin O'Neill impression.
Proudest night as an Ireland manager, absolutely magnificent. You know, we played football, we kept the ball, and we got 3 goals. Brilliant.
What was it like working under Sammy?
Loved it. Sammy was great. Obviously, he's been through everything. He's played for Man United. He's an unbelievable player in his day. So he had the respect, everybody's respect straight away when he came. But he was just a great guy to work for. You know, he was very enthusiastic. I don't think I ever heard him really tell anybody off. You know, he was always positive. And we went through that stage. Sammy went through that stage at the time. I don't think we'd scored for something like 1,000 minutes or something. You know, so he was associated with that. But I don't know if it was that night where we broke the duck. That game was it Healy who scored the first goal.
It was, yeah.
But love working with Sammy. Just a legend.
Nice to hear. Now, fast forward to present day. I mean, we're talking to Trevor there about the Irish rugby side, and now we're talking to you about the Northern Ireland football team. They've had a pretty good run now. Finland, the next big game. Could this be the time when they move to higher places?
I would say this is probably the best chance we've had in a long time to get to one of the finals. Michael's done a fantastic job with the team. You know, it was difficult for him when he first took over, but he's had a fantastic season, or a fantastic start to the campaign this year. He's got some good players there. You know, we always kind of produce maybe 5 or 6 individuals over the years, but he seems to have the nucleus of a very, very good, strong team there. There's maybe 14, 15, 16 very capable players. And they start up magnificently, and there just seems to be a real buzz around them. They're playing good football, they all seem to be supporting each other well. And it looks very positive, you know, it looks very, very likely that we will get to one of these championships. It's long overdue, there's no doubt about it, and it would be great for the country to get behind that, that push.
There's one thing that all our Hall of Fame recipients have in common, and that is that they have the ability to inspire. And you certainly have inspired many people down through the years. But it would be wrong for people to think that football isn't all glam, it's all glory and good times, because you had your fair share of bad times as well. Just want to show you a short clip from an interview that you did with Stephen Walker, of all people, on BBC Newsline, and I want you to tell us what happened next after this. Have a look at this.
These days, little Emily Hughes gets her father's full attention because her dad's football skills are confined to the back garden.
The German Scot, Michael Hughes, no support in the minute, inside.
Capped nearly 70 times for Northern Ireland, Michael Hughes' transfer to Birmingham City broke down last year, and the midfielder found himself without a club and a salary.
So if I had been an England international, someone as high profile as Paul Scholes, or just for example, I'll take something, do you think this would have rumbled on for a year? Not a chance. This would have been sorted out after 2 weeks.
Lack of match practice has also halted his international career.
Can you believe it, Michael Hughes?
Maybe I'll look back and look at the number of caps I've missed. You know, maybe it might make a difference of getting to 84 or 94, or who knows, maybe the difference of not making 100, missing out on my 6-8 caps. I look back and I'll think, well, you know, no one can put a price on that.
A sort of long and winding road. What did happen after that? Did things get better?
Things did get better. I went on and signed for Crystal Palace, pretty much, I think, a month or two after that interview was done. And Ian Dowie came in, big Ian, obviously played up front for Northern Ireland for many years. He came in and he was magnificent. What a great manager. Probably one of the best managers I've played under, in terms of his motivation and in terms of what he brings to people, in terms of how he raises you for a game, you know, just one of those characters. We were third bottom of the league when he came in, and I think from Christmas time to the end of the season we went pretty much unbeaten. Got promoted through the playoffs that year, so yes, it did get better, I'm glad to say, but you know, these are some of these, sometimes you have those moments, and sometimes, well, they do make you stronger, there's no doubt about it, they make you stronger. You would prefer not to have to go through things like that, but it gives you experience that you can maybe pass on to others, an experience like that, you know. So I guess every cloud and all that, but it's just, well, actually it wasn't part of football, it should never have happened, but it did, and hopefully it won't happen again.
Now, you talk about passing that on, because that's exactly where I wanted to take it as we're sort of drawing to a close here. We will be finishing on some goals that I'd like you to talk us through, just a couple of the goals, including that goal, okay? But that wisdom that you've brought then to the academy at Carrick Rangers, you've got the Michael Hughes Academy.
Yes, and look, congratulations to all the nominees tonight, but congratulations to Gary over there. You know, he's been great for Carrick Rangers last season and this season. It deserves all the success that he's had. You know, he's brought success to the club, as you mentioned. It's been a long time, so it's good to get success at Carrick. All being said, that he's a Larne boy, of course, but and myself being a Larne boy, we were initially brought
sort of blood brothers.
Maybe we were initially brought in to sabotage the place, right? But it hasn't worked out that way. But no, it's you know, it's a good club, and you've got Davy Hilditch, of course, the chairman, sitting over there as well. So we try and get young boys up the streets. We try and get young kids involved in football from a very early age if we can. We're lucky enough to get a new facility, a new 3G pitch, and you know, Michael talked about facilities, and it's all about facilities. You know, we've noticed a huge influx of young players and their parents and even their grandparents. They come and they watch the kids play in the morning, and then they become supporters of the club, and they become supporters of what you're trying to do. So we would have 100, maybe 120 young kids between 4 and 11.
From the Carrick area?
Well, not only from the Carrick area, I mean, I think we probably have a few from Larne, we have a few from, you know, the the surrounding boroughs. Everybody's welcome. You know, you don't have to be a good footballer to come and play, come and train. You know, there's no barrier to entry. You know, everybody's very, very welcome.
Well, we certainly wish you success with that one. It's great stuff that you're doing up there. Well, look, we want to finish on a slight high here because we have that goal that caused all the problems for Manchester United. I'm going to give you the microphone and you can talk us through this.
Yeah, I think Matty Holmes just picked the ball up there. It's good cross in the box and a missed kick in the corner, it looks like. But yeah, I got a lot of stick for that goal. I was actually in a bar in Belfast probably about a month after that, and a couple of young chaps asked me to leave kindly, which of course I did. But I always say that United really should have wrapped up long before then. I think that was my third game for Wimbledon at Selhurst Park, and that made it 2-2. They were 2-1 up at the time, and that was just after the break. That made it 2-2. They beat us 5-2, of course, on the day, so it was a nice goal, but we didn't get the points, unfortunately, to go with it. Oh yeah, West Ham away, yeah. That was the old don't celebrate it too much at your old club, but that just felt nice. Just caught that one nicely. You know, it's not always going to pop a corner like that. Most of the time we'll go somewhere else, but just on the day.
The good thing is the hairstyle hasn't changed since then either, which is a good one. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure you'll agree we're really proud of him, the 2014 Hall of Fame recipient. Let's hear it for Michael Hughes. Now, if we could ask the award winner, sponsors and sports forum members please to stay behind after the ceremony for some photographs, and of course to end our evening we've got our closing remarks, and to do that I'd like to call upon Geraldine McGahey, Chief Executive of Larne Borough Council. Geraldine's down here to bring this year's awards to a close. Geraldine McGahey.
Mr. Mayor, Madam Mayoress, I don't think you get addressed very often. Thought I'd take this opportunity. Aldermen, councillors, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Each year it falls to me to bring the ceremony to a close. And every year I talk about how this event grows and how we celebrate the wealth of talent that we have in the borough. And tonight is no exception. It just gets better every year. And I wish Anne and Mid and East Antrim every success in trying to do the same next year. They're going to have a difficult task when they have 3 areas to bring together. But I know you'll all rise to the competition and to the occasion. So my sincere congratulations to all of the winners tonight. To everyone who has been nominated and shortlisted, you're an inspiration tonight as well. And you deserve to be congratulated. So could I ask you again, ladies and gentlemen, to applaud all of those who are nominated and shortlisted. Congratulations, Michael, on your induction to the Hall of Fame. You join a very select band of very high achievers. We're delighted to give it to you, even though you're with Carrick Rangers and not with Larne Football Club. But anyway, enjoy your induction. To Dr. Michael McKillop, thank you for agreeing to be our guest tonight. You have indeed been an inspiration to all of us. You've been an inspiration to me, and I will take forward personally the things that you've said tonight. So can I just give you a token of our appreciation from Council and from all of our guests tonight. Tonight wouldn't happen without the support and the cooperation of a whole range of people, and we've already heard about Marty's catering and the good food and the good service that we got tonight, and you have already applauded them, so I'm going to ask you to do it again. To Michael and Adam from Third Source, and we've had no hiccups tonight. I think it was last year we had a few hiccups, but you did an excellent job tonight. To Norma and Julianne at Denver Garden Centre, our floral arrangements again are superb, and thank you very much for the work that you put into that. To Tommy Phillips for the video, and clips of this will be uploaded onto the Sports Forum Facebook page over the next couple of days, and we'll keep an eye on Niall to make sure that that happens. Niall? Thank you. Ronan. I missed the photographs tonight, the Tom Selleck look-alike. I thought when you were going to interview Diane, you would put that photograph up. You missed an opportunity. This year, many of you won't realise this, but Ronan went well beyond the call of duty. I know he gets paid, but that's besides the point. But he worked exceptionally hard with Niall and the team to give support in the video editing. And Niall has asked me specifically to bring it to your attention that he showed a real pride in the awards this year. Maybe it's because he wasn't given the job last year, but he did work exceptionally hard. And Ronan, we kept a list of everything we've ever given you, and I've been assured tonight is different. I know the last time I said, with nothing left, you got everything. This time it's something different. To our Sports Forum, these are the people who drove tonight's event, and they do it every year. And to our external adjudicators who have that unenviable task of trying to differentiate and nominate, to take the nominations and turn somebody into a winner. It's not an easy task, and I'm sure they do get criticism from time to time from those who say, oh, such and such should have got it. But they do a sterling job, and I'd like to show my thanks to them, because I don't even know who they are, and I'm sure very few of you in the room know who they are. So could you give them a round of applause, please? Putting on an event like this is expensive, and Council couldn't do it on its own without the generosity and the support of our sponsors. And I know they've been listed on your programme tonight, and you've heard them mentioned as we've gone through the various award categories. But each year they dig deep and they do us proud. So with your permission, I'd like to mention them again to give them some value for money. For CS Sports, Inver Garden Centre, Larne Traders Forum, Caterpillar Northern Ireland Limited, GNFM, P&O Ferries, Tolls Bookmakers, Brennan Hygiene, Larne Times, Danske Bank, and of course Larne Borough Council. Could I ask you to give them all a round of applause, please? To all of you who put money into the brown envelopes for the Mayor's charity for PIPs, I just tell you that the total raise tonight has been £1,035. So on behalf of the Mayor, can I thank you for your generosity? And finally, the last people I want to pay a tribute to is the sports development team, and for the last time, this is my opportunity to say to you what a sterling job you do and how exceptionally proud I am of you. And that's to Colin, Ian, John, and of course Niall. Niall is a sports development officer, even though he was usher, he was waiter, he was general fetcher. So you boys have done a really good job. I'm exceptionally proud of you, and thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the Sports Awards for 2014. Thank you all for coming along. Can I wish you every success in the future, and safe home tonight. Thank you very much.